Welcome to the Chapter 1 Google Lit Trip for a Long Walk to Water. As you can see, we have our globe in front of us, but we're going to start zooming in to the beginning of the chapter where we meet Naya and take a look at her long walk. So we're going to scroll over to Africa and zoom in to Sudan and South Sudan. And here's pretty much what the area kind of looked like. We can see some shrubs, we can see some grassy areas, things like that. And as we look carefully, we can see here a picture of children carrying water in South Sudan. And we discussed that that's probably what Naya is going to do, but we'll find out for sure later. And of course, Naya is an 11-year-old girl in 2008, which we can see right here. And later we work and talk about Salva, who's in southern Sudan in 1985, and he's 11 years old at that point. But something to consider and discuss with your group is this question right here. What might the author's reason be for using different time periods and different font colors in the same chapter? Go ahead and discuss this with your group or consider it yourself. Don't forget to put your notes either in your notebook and then later on in the Google Lit Trips page for credit or to track to help you understand all the different chapters. Now, if you choose to, you could go and search and learn more about Sudan historical events, but you've already done a lot of this work, so I think you're probably okay there. We do have an optional side trip where we can really consider how do we take easy access to water for granted, because if we really look at it, we have running water, we have taps, we don't have to go walk and get the water. If you are interested, please come see me for directions, and you can add this information into your bonus page. Something to also consider is this trick question right here. Both Naya and Salva are described as being 11 in Chapter 1. And we want to think about when Naya was 11, how old would Salva have been? Because it is in different time periods. It is something to consider of where people might be. So as we go through and start meeting our characters and seeing that this is probably where Naya began, we are actually going to go to the village of where the story probably took place, which is Luan Arik. And if we look, we've jumped some areas, but it's a similar type of area where we see some bushes, some scrubland, things like this. And let's take a look at this information that comes up. So this picture right here is of a type of village that Salva may have lived in. This is a Dinka village that you can see from Google Earth. This picture has been put in there. You can see the type of huts and then how the people were. And remember, he was part of the Dinka tribe. So this is going to be similar, even though we can't be certain exactly where the location of the tribe was. So we can actually go and think about the story. Salva's part of Chapter 1 can be broken into 3 parts. The first part is his school life. The second part is about his family life. And the third part is about leaving home suddenly. Again, this is back in Chapter 1. But consider what you were like when you were 11 years old. This was probably not that long ago. Can you think of the ways that your school life was both like and unlike Salva's school life? Consider the type of things that he was thinking and going through and considering. How would you compare your home life to Salva's home life? At the end of the chapter, what were the main reasons that the rebels are fighting their own government? Remember, the rebels are the people fighting against the government because they want something different. So you're going to look at the type of things the government is doing and what people are saying and feeling about that. And finally, something to consider to help you put yourself in the shoes of the rebels and of these people. What might happen if your government decided to make everyone practice the same religion and speak the same language? So think about that as you go through. Now, if you are interested in doing a few other side trips and some interesting facts, you could click this link and we'll check it out.